Happening right now, completely out of sight, is one of the most important technological races in history. And the prize? Well, it's the security of every single digital secret, past, present, and future. I want you to just think about that for a second. Seriously. Every bank transfer, every private message you've ever sent, every state secret, every single piece of data that we've locked away, what if it could all just be cracked wide open? Not in a million years, but all at once. Look, this isn't science fiction anymore. A totally new kind of machine, a quantum computer, is right on the horizon, and it's coming for the very locks that protect our entire digital world. The clock is absolutely ticking, and today we're going to break down exactly why this race is so incredibly urgent. So to kick things off, we really have to wrap our heads around the scale of this threat. People are calling it a potential crypto apocalypse, and they're not exaggerating. We're talking about a world where the fundamental building blocks of online trust, they just stop working. So here's the crucial point. Our encryption today, all of it, is based on math problems that are so ridiculously hard that a normal supercomputer would take trillions of years to solve. But here's the thing about quantum computers. They don't just work faster, they think differently. Using something called Shor's algorithm, they can see a secret shortcut in these problems and solve them in a matter of hours. The lock we all trust is about to become totally, completely useless. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but we don't have these crazy, powerful quantum computers just yet, so what's the big rush? And that right there brings us to the most urgent and frankly the scariest part of this entire story. The threat isn't some far-off future problem. It has already started. The strategy has a name. It's called Harvest Now, Decrypt Later. Just imagine a thief steals your locked diary. They can't open it today, right? But they know for a fact they're going to get a master key in a few years. So what do? They just keep the diary. And they wait. That is exactly what intelligence agencies and hackers are doing right now, sucking up and storing massive amounts of our encrypted data, just building this giant treasure trove of secrets that they plan to unlock the second they get that key. So how do you know if it's already too late for your data? For your company's data? Well, there's actually a pretty simple but brilliant formula for that. It's called Mosca's theorem, and it's basically a risk management tool that tells you exactly how much trouble you're in. It works like this. Just think of three variables. First, there's X. That's the shelf life of your data, how long it absolutely has to stay secret. Then you've got Y, your migration time, how many years it's going to realistically take you to upgrade all your security. And finally, there's Z, the collapse time, our best guess for when a powerful enough quantum computer will actually arrive. If X plus Y is bigger than Z, yeah, you're already in deep, deep trouble. Let's make this real with an example, okay? Say a bank has mortgage data that needs to stay secret for 30 years. That's X. It's going to take them 5 years to upgrade every single one of their systems. That's Y. So 30 plus 5 gives you 35 years of protection needed. But, and here's the kicker, what if experts are predicting a quantum computer will be here in just 15 years? That's your Z. Well, since 35 is way bigger than 15, that bank's security has already failed. For any data being harvested today, they are 20 years too late. The game is already over. Okay, so the problem is huge, and it's retroactive, which is terrifying. But the good news? The world's top cryptographers have been all over this for years, working on a solution. So let's take a look at the rescue plan. Right, so after this huge, multi-year global competition, the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, everyone just calls them NIST, they finalized the very first set of quantum-proof standards in August 2024. Think of this table as the new starting lineup. ML-Chem is the new way to securely exchange keys to start a private conversation. And then you've got ML-DSA and SLH-DSA, which are the new digital signatures for proving you are who you say you are. These are essentially the new digital locks for the quantum age. But, and there's always a but, this new security comes with a hidden cost. It's not some simple copy and paste upgrade. This slide gives you a sense of the scale of the problem. A classic digital signature is like a short, simple password. The new quantum-safe version, it's more like a complex, multi-page phrase passphrase. And that massive difference has very real-world consequences. And this chart just illustrates the engineering challenge perfectly. Just look at the bar for ML-DSA, the new main signature standard. It's over 3,300 bytes. Now compare that to the tiny little bar for the old standard. We are talking about a more than 50-fold increase in size. This size explosion is a huge deal for internet speed, for network performance, and for the basic design of all of our digital systems. So we have the new standards that can solve the problem, but actually implementing them is this massive engineering headache. And rolling out this kind of complex upgrade isn't just a technical race anymore. It has become a full-blown geopolitical one, with different countries moving at very, very different speeds. Just take a look at this timeline. The United States is moving incredibly fast. They're mandating that their most sensitive national security systems have to be compliant as early as 2027. That's right around the corner. But in stark contrast, you see the UK and Japan, they're targeting a full migration almost a decade later, by 2035. This is not some unified global push. It's a complex, fragmented landscape where some parts of the world are going to be secure long before others. And the strategies themselves are all over the place, too. You've got the US setting these aggressive, hard deadlines. The European Union, meanwhile, is trying to get 27 different countries to harmonize their standards just to avoid total chaos. And then you've got China, which is going its own way entirely, developing its own national standards to make sure it has total technological sovereignty. This isn't one race, it's like 3 or 4 different races all happening at the same time. So with this really complex global picture in mind, who is actually leading the charge to upgrade our digital infrastructure? And more importantly, who is falling dangerously behind? Well, the leaders are probably who you'd expect, the big tech giants. Companies like Apple with iMessage and the app Signal, they're already deploying these new quantum-safe protections for their users. But the laggards? This is what's deeply concerning. The financial sector, which holds decades of our most sensitive data, is alarmingly slow. Recent studies show that only about 3% of banking websites support this new cryptography. That leaves a massive amount of our financial history just sitting there, completely vulnerable. And this brings us to the new reality. With the standards now finalized and the threat really well understood, this quote just captures the shift perfectly. Failing to act has moved from being a technical choice to a straight-up legal and regulatory failure. State-of-the-art security now means post-quantum security, and not having a plan is simply no longer an option. So we have to end with this question. That harvest now, decrypt later threat means the encrypted history of your data, your private messages, your finances, your health records, is probably already sitting on a server somewhere, just waiting for a quantum computer to come along and crack it all open. The race is on, not just to protect tomorrow's secrets, but to make damn sure that today's secrets don't become tomorrow's public knowledge.